Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Are you?
And is that the bit? I am Jen, and this is Neal, and we talk about reality TV. Welcome. Hi, how are you?
Not high.
That's right. Neal is not. I am. It's a Saturday night. We just finished eating. We turned on the challenge day 0. So I don't understand, because when did it say the premiere was going to be?
Wednesday.
Like Wednesday coming.
Yes.
And so on my Canadian channels, we've already got day 0.
Day 0 they advertised for this past Wednesday.
Week before.
Yes.
So you really have like a soft... Do you do that when you're really afraid your show is sinking?
This is their...
If this first episode doesn't do well, we're going to cancel the season?
This is their last grasp.
Okay, well, guess what? I think they're doing it. After watching day 0 of the challenge, if you're new here, we talk about reality. Did I say if you new here? If you're new here, we talk about reality TV. The challenge is probably my favorite show of all time. Over Christmas, we found that Pluto TV, which is a free streaming service, had Challenge 24/7, which means you put on the episode and it just plays episodes. We also put Hell's Kitchen on all the time. We put Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team. So that's just some context. We watch Real Housewives. We watch Survivor. I've watched Survivor since I was 11 years old in 2001. Amazing Race. These are the kinds of things we talk about. If you enjoy that, come join us, please. We'd love to have you.
And while you're here, please rate, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, download, anything you want.
Nice transition.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Initial overview, going off what you said, like how you think this is going to be a season that they can piggyback off
Redemption. Maybe redemption's a strong word.
Right. Initial thoughts from the preview that we saw at the end of episode 0.
So really, we're talking about the whole season. So spoiler alert from here on out. As always, we might not necessarily be up to date. You might be up to date, and when you're listening to this, you're already an episode ahead. Like, we just talk about...
I'm going to put this out the day before the first episode.
I know, but this is kind of like my disclaimer of, you know, we might be talking about... We might have an episode with no spoilers. We might have an episode where we spoil the whole season.
Right. Just assume there are going to be spoilers.
Right. I'm the kind of person who doesn't care about that. We talk about it generally as well. So at this point, okay, go. You tell them. I'm too excited. I'm freaking out. I think it's so good.
Well, here's why I'm confident about this season. From the preview, everything we saw, they were basically dying.
Yes! Yes!
None of this soft, stupid... You have to give them these cakewalk challenges because they're all 45 years old and can't move.
They brought in... That's the number one thing I think they're doing right. And they're pairing it properly, because what do we talk about? There are so many variables, so many factors that go into making a good season of reality TV. I think that's the main one for the challenge, is the challenges themselves. And that was the number one thing that stood out to me in the preview was, holy shit, they're going to put them through hell. They're going to be barfing and crying and shitting their pants and jumping off of things. Oh, like, we're going to have heights over water. We're going to have all of the classics that you think of, the pole wrestle, all of that stuff. You're going to see that down in like the head-to-head pit, whatever they call it. They call it like a gauntlet or a death area, or it's different based on the theme of the season. They look like they're going to be more intense. And then the second thing you did right, I think, which this is like a big call to make after an episode titled Episode 0. Episode 0. We should use Z's more. It doesn't really deserve to be at the end of the alphabet. I would argue that Q is weirder than Z.
Yes, but don't lose your point.
Oh no, Q is used in a lot more words than Z. when you consider not just words that begin with Q, but words with Q in it, like request. Oh boy.
Moving on.
It's going to be a mixture of everything you have loved about the challenge, I think. I really think so. It's still going to be a big... it's not going to be repetitive. Like, sometimes it's going to require math and thinking, and sometimes you're going to be, like, jumping from car to car in the tie in the sky. But yes, everyone will suffer.
Everyone was sweating profusely. It seems like they're in a warm climate because TJ's in shorts. So they're probably in, I mean, if they're filming in the U.S., probably like Arizona or Utah or something.
Oh, they're definitely not in the U.S.
Okay, well, wherever they are. Yeah, they do go to random...
Like Costa Rica and stuff.
Definitely
they go to
doesn't seem like a Costa Rica landscape.
No, but that's the kind of... They go to, like, warmer places, don't they?
Didn't they film in, like, Ukraine a few years ago before the invasion?
They have done cold seasons, yes.
Yeah, okay, so...
They did a snow season.
Episode 0...
CT almost died.
Well, he seems like he's gonna die this season.
Oh, and I gotta say this point. This is the number one indication that the challenges themselves are going to be better this season. This was day 0, the first episode of the new season, and they had them climb a fucking mountain.
Not like climb a mountain, but like hike up a mountain.
Okay, yes, they didn't go rock climbing, Neal. But, like, there was a path, but it was all uphill.
And there's
steep.
24 of them.
They came down on their butts. If it's steep enough, you have to come down on your butt. You are activating muscles in your leg that you wish you didn't know existed.
You had to run up a mountain, go back down the mountain, and then end at the house that they're all staying at.
Yes. Getting down was part of it.
Yes.
What? You're telling me you don't have some secret helicopter that's going to pick me up here and bring me down? I got to scoot my way back down the side of this mountain. There were parts that I would consider, like, if you got to scoot on your butt and rocks are tumbling, that is really rock climbing. No, it's still just hiking. You can see my level. I actually really enjoy walking outside. We should go for a walk tonight. Neal's giving me a look because I always suggest it. And then it's like, okay, let's go for an evening walk so it'll be warmer. No, colder. And then by the evening, I'm like, leave me alone.
You're like, you're choking, right?
It's bedtime. 9 o'clock is my bedtime, okay? I can't put myself in jeopardy of not being here.
I've already done my gym for the day. I don't know if I can walk. I almost passed out. I needed food so badly.
You had pretzels. Salt is like the main thing that keeps you alive. You had pretzels and water. You were going to be fine.
Okay. So this is...
Now I'm shaming you. I'm just being Jordan. I'm being hard on you.
24 people, right? Or was it 28?
20. At least 24.
Wouldn't be 26 because I need to... Either 24 or 28 people. Yeah, they had to ascend a mountain and then descend a mountain, and then whoever you finished in a specific order, and the place in which you finished,
which they've done this before, is the order in which you got to choose your drum roll, because they always wonder if they're going to be in like 2 big teams or play independently or what it's going to be. It is partners.
So a rookie male would partner with a veteran female. A rookie female would partner with a veteran male.
And it's just, I really like it because you go in descending order of who finished.
Yeah.
And so you don't know if it's going to be a man or a woman choosing first. You don't know if it's going to be a rookie or vet choosing first. Then who chooses second is random. Like, I think that's a really cool way to do it. Picking your partners that way.
Yes.
Because, and I think it works even better because they got a night with each other first.
Yes.
So Bananas, of course, is smitten. And how smitten is he? Oh, well, the producers are going to feed right into it. on the Day Zero episode, TJ is sitting down in this, like, interrogation room, and he's asking the new, what do they call them? New threats is what they're labeling them this season. He was asking each of the new threats, you know, give me 3 words that would describe you. Why are you ready for the challenge? And then one of the vets would show up on the other side of the 2-sided mirror and be like, why are you here? But when Dee is being interviewed, Johnny Bananas shows up in the glass and is like, do you have a boyfriend? Would you like one? So the fact that they did that is like, so they're even still, love or hate Johnny Bananas. And I'll just say it right now, I'm really on the hate train. I'm not going to name.
He's washed.
And I'm not poisoned by anyone else's point of view. But I will say I follow at least one of his ex-girlfriends on Instagram. And I just think I know enough about him that it makes him a bad person.
I mean, has anyone claimed that he was a good person?
So he is smitten with Dee. He came in, 8th place?
Yeah.
Which was actually really good as a vet.
Yes.
CT and Anissa were tied for last. And in a case like that, it doesn't matter that they were tied for last because they wouldn't get to choose the same person anyway. So it doesn't matter who chooses first because it's just whoever's left.
Right. But Johnny did end up picking D.
I was so surprised she was still there
But
at 8th.
it's because of who was in front of her. And there were no veteran males that, like...
would have won. Oh, right. Right. A rookie guy couldn't choose her. I was thinking it was just guy-girl pairs. But it's guy-girl pairs, and one has to be a rookie, one has to be a vet.
Because most of the rookies finished in the top 7.
So this is what makes it so interesting. So for some teams, I think this really works. For some teams, your vet is your girl, and your rookie is your guy. And for some teams, me over explaining how partnerships work, the guy is the vet and the girl is the rookie. Who do you think fares better? What dynamic?
The guy rookie.
Really?
Because I feel like the relationship aspect is so much... You have a better chance of letting the female handle that aspect. Like Jeremy, the guy who finished first from Big Brother, or not Big Brother, Amazing Race.
Oh my gosh, he's so beautiful.
Him
Dark
and his
hair.
brother, they didn't win.
Which,
sadly.
by the way, has everyone dyed their hair black this season?
It does seem
I
like
know
it.
whatever editing software they're using, what is that called? Filter they have on the whole production. Everyone's hair is so black it's blue, but really also a lot of people seem to have dyed their hair black. Look, Olivia's hair is pitch black. Neal's like, hey, do you think she knows she's pregnant at this point? She can't have been pregnant at this point, or if she was, she can't have known it. And they're supposed to do a pregnancy test there. They wouldn't let her compete if they knew she was pregnant. So she and Theo are having a baby.
Yes. So Jeremy from Amazing Race.
Oh my God.
He like kills everybody up the mountain and back down.
Oh, yeah, he's in the house by himself, like looking around, giving himself self-guided tour. Like he could have had a pick of all the beds.
So he is the biggest threat automatically, but he makes the best decision he could have made and picks Aviv.
I think that's the best.
Who's like ripped in her own right.
I think it's such a cool dynamic because I think there must be such a huge age gap there.
Yeah.
But I think she's going to be able to keep up with him.
And she's like besties with Bananas, so
he's going to be able to work. He even said it the right way. He said something like, I'm going to be able to work around Bananas.
Yes.
It's like, you don't have to strictly pledge your allegiance to Bananas because it doesn't look good if you do. He doesn't have that type of power anymore.
Remember the question you just asked me, who would benefit the most? If you're a new girl teaming up with a veteran male that isn't Bananas, his allies are mostly women and Derek.
Right.
So...
But now we're talking about we don't know how the person is chosen to go into the ring.
Right.
To see who goes home. Do guys choose girls? Do vets choose vets? Do rookies choose, losers choose winners, but how many people are safe? Do the bottom losers automatically go in? We don't know any of that yet, which is my favorite part of any new season.
And apparently we have the first episode.
We're going to watch it, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about that as well, and it's going to be available like before the episode is out in America.
Right.
I think the Canadian channels that bought the rights to it are just allowed to air it whenever they want.
So
I think it's a completely different agreement.
But it says the next episode is airing, I believe it said Wednesday night. So are we going to be
one ahead the whole season? Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Or are they going to show the first episode again Wednesday night?
And then could be. They've done that before. I've had Canadian channels do that before.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you were, like, this never happens anymore, but sometimes when you were a mom and pop theater, you could play the movie the night before.
Like any movie?
Like, think of an example that would be a big deal, but, like, not a big deal. Like, no one's ever going to care that you did it. Final Destination.
Okay.
For example. If movies come out Thursday night, some theaters would have it, like, Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon or even Wednesday night. Like that, but that's just an early screening. The money's still going to you. Why do you care at that point? Unless someone videotapes it and puts it up on the Pirate Bay.
Yeah, which probably already did. From, like, the world premiere or something.
Oh my gosh, right. By the time it gets to theaters, it has existed in its final form for, like, quite some time, right?
Yes.
Does it ever get changed from screenings to theatrical release?
No, because at that point you've already done test screenings with...
It is the final cut.
Right, probably at least 2 test screenings, so... If you have to change it again, at that point, you might as well not release it.
Dang.
Because then it's just, no.
Oh, guys, we watched a horror movie last night. We won't talk about it in this episode, but it was good.
It was good. Until Dawn.
Based loosely.
Quotations on based.
On the video game. If you go in expecting it to be like the video game, and you're one of those who's really uptight, like you're sitting there with your video game walkthrough in your hand being like, that creature is not in the game, because they make up a bunch of creatures. Okay, now we're actually getting into the movie. Okay, if you would like to hear us talk about movies, tell us if we should, like, title it differently so you know when it's different things. Like, I get if you don't love reality TV, but you kind of like hearing our points of view about things. Like, I get...
Well, I wouldn't say, like, the challenge Until Dawn movie review.
No, I know that. But do people want to know the specifics of that? Should that be written in, like, the description somewhere? So they could find us that way.
I'm sure we could come up with a title that clearly indicates what we're talking about.
This is not where I mean for this conversation to go right now.
The challenge.
I would like to talk about the challenge.
Yes, the pairs. Nia was the last pick. And
Well, she didn't get to pick.
Right.
They were the two finals.
She, again, the guy that picked her, the guy cheerleader, the new guy, he's like, she is tall and she looks really strong. And I'm like, yes, she should be a legend of this franchise, but she never does well in anything.
And she also gets in her own way. Like, she is in her head a lot. I think she gives up really easily. That's why I think Jordan would have had the best shot at being her partner and pushing her to succeed. But when I say she gets in her own way, I mean she gets in her own mind and she quits and she thinks she can't do something, so it's a self-fulfilling prophecy and she doesn't. But also she gets in her own way that she's an asshole.
Yes. Okay, here.
And I know she's atoned for that, but she's still kind of making... I don't know. She's still...
If there's an all-time...
Underrated.
Underachieving team.
Yes.
Her, Casey, Josh.
Guys, we just rant about how overhyped Casey is.
And Josh.
It's Neal's favorite. No, it's funny because you came in the recent seasons again. You have like this like black period of memory loss because you haven't seen it. You didn't see Josh's first few seasons. He was so picked on. He tried to make a storyline for himself. He always tries to make himself relevant. He is unbearable. He's only seen as any sort of threat because he's so emotional in the game.
Well, that's not what I'm underachieving, as in he's jacked. He should be able to dominate everything and doesn't.
He used to not be jacked.
Okay.
So I think he doesn't
know how to use it.
And also I think he may be a little bit self-fulfilling prophecy. He thinks he can't, so he can't.
Right.
He gets in his own head. Big time. And I feel like you've seen that less in the last few seasons. He's appeared to be more confident, which is so interesting that I'm clocking right now. Like, you see him as more confident. And I'm like, wow, maybe he really is more confident. To me...
I think he stinks.
You don't think he's confident in himself?
I don't think he's good at anything. Hence why he's on this list. He's not a good social player, and he's not a physical threat when he should be. Like, Fessy is a physical threat, but he's not a good emotional relationship
I think
player.
Fessy underperforms.
Oh, yes.
And also thinks he's the shit. He chose Casey. He gave up on Amber. And Amber, I'm talking about a previous season now, see, so spoiler alerts all throughout. He gives up on Amber. Amber and CT end up together. They win.
Yeah.
They win.
Fumbling the bag.
So guess what, Fessy? You took Casey to the finals. You complained all season that you were being held back by your partner. The only person you wanted to work with was Casey, and it wasn't fair that you kept getting put with these women who couldn't allow you to live up to your potential. You lost. Get real.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't like Fessy, obviously. Fessel. We'll use the name he would prefer to use.
Well, the 3 out of the 4 I've named aren't even on this season.
I'm like yelling about it.
Yes. Other notable pairs. We said D and Bananas.
Izzy, who I think... Oh, this was the other point I was going to make. Well, this is the next main point I need to make, actually, so segue. The number 2 thing they have done right is the casting. I know it's premature to say, but it really seems like some of the new threats are not flashes in the pan. Because if you can convince the audience, us, you and me, sitting home on our couch right now, and the vets themselves, that you are a worthy competitor, then you automatically get liked by fans. You automatically make the interest rate on the show go up. I like Horacio.
Yes.
Because you cannot deny that he is a physical beast.
Like, he is what I would think Josh would be like, destroying every physical challenge, but he can't.
That's so crazy.
Horacio, half Josh's size, but Horacio has no social game and just doesn't want to deal with the social game.
No, like, we don't even think he would play again. He's off doing, like, Spanish versions of the television shows where all you do is compete. Like, basically, like, Ultra Ninja Warrior shit.
He's running Super Iron Man, 110 miles.
But that's what I want to see in my new threats. That's what Jeremy is.
Yes.
So, I think that's what Dee is. I think Dee has served. She got so much FaceTime in this episode. So if you want a career on reality TV, as much as she was all episode, the one vet I wouldn't want to partner up with is Johnny Bananas.
She's going to get her screen time.
Because he has too much of a target on his back, and so now the target is automatically on me. He chooses her. Amazing. Makes such good TV. Then what makes it even better in the preview is that she's actually going to dangle herself in front of him, and I love it.
Well, how did she win Survivor? Manipulation.
Right. Made everyone love her. and then slit their throats. It's beautiful.
And she's going to be back for season 50 of Survivor.
In one episode of the challenge, I liked her better than I liked her the whole time on Survivor. Because I was frustrated on Survivor that they didn't see how much she was controlling the game.
Yeah. Well, now in season 50, everyone's going to know because she's one of the 2 winners.
Well, you know what's really frustrating? What if they still underestimate her?
You can't. Oh, there's so many egos. So she has to
completely switch up her strategy then? Shouldn't...
I mean, she did the exact same thing Kyle did. He played from the behind, or from... Okay, we're not doing Survivor.
But we can make the... Yeah, I mean, it's relevant. They're
she's
from
going
Survivor.
to be...
This is my point.
Yeah, phenomenal on this season.
Who else do I think is cool that they brought in? Oh, this is what else I think. Okay. This has to do with casting, but it's kind of like a branch offshoot again. I think casting people, and I don't want to assume because I didn't watch these people's seasons, but casting like Big Brother's Blue and America. Now I think America did well on Big Brother. Blue, America, and there's one more girl I'm thinking of. I think casting them... This is going to sound really mean. I think it's, you know, those memes that are like, they should have an average person run in the Olympics so we can see just how athletic the athletes are. I think they've cast some newbies that maybe have no idea what they're in for. Not only does
like
that...
social-wise or...
Physically.
Oh, yeah. They have to. You can't...
I think it's such a great mixture,
guys.
Though. There are some vets, Aviv, Nani, Olivia, who are in wicked shape. There are some vets who feels like, you know, we're not in our greatest shape right now. He's acknowledging that. And not only is he acknowledging that, the editors are using that. So that's going to be the storyline. That's how we should see it. We shouldn't see the vets as these automatic winners. They're almost the washed up ones.
Yeah.
And you need this combination of, well, I still need your experience because you understand the game. But once I learn it from you, I'm going to use it for myself and maybe against you if I have to. I think this has the potential to be,
I just hope, like, this is their reboot of the reboot.
Yep, they've been trying. They've been not succeeding. They've been doing offshoots that have a little spark, like a Survivor Fire challenge. You get it going and you think, oh yeah, this is it, my string is burned, and then you can't get it up high enough.
Yep, and it's...
They've had the C versus the World, CBS, Paramount,
and they're getting they were getting crumbs from those shows. I mean, most of them aren't even on anymore.
All this to say, please watch this season. I would love for there to be a spike. There's everything you could want. So Dee is really going to be like kissing and teasing Johnny. So we're kind of hearkening back to the challenge days with Paula dicking, as Ashley mentioned.
Yes.
I think another thing this season is doing right is even though they're bringing in so many people from so many shows, which you have to do now, because where else are you going to cast from?
Right.
I would rather you do that than literal nobodies. At least these people understand reality television. Most of them are competitors and can tell us about their backgrounds. I don't remember my point.
You're not bringing in people from the Real Housewives that don't know how to play.
Well, you would be mad about that, or absolute nobodies. I don't know. My point's gone again.
Well, I guess I'll make my point then.
Okay.
I like that they've gotten a bunch of the new threats are from the military.
Yes.
Like, a third of them have been in the military. I mean, Jeremy, obviously. There was a naval intelligence officer who doesn't look ripped, but, like...
He's obviously super smart.
Yes, he came in, like, 5 through 10th, I think. And
well-rounded.
Yes.
That's what you need. You need a sensible, well-rounded guy.
The former WWE Gabe, is his name Gabe?
Gabe, yeah.
Who
Ashley that's really funny that you said is his name Gabe, because Ashley called him Will. Is Will the naval intelligence
Will
guy?
is
Who's he? He seems
naval intelligence. He's He's like the guy with the afro.
Will is. What does he do?
No.
No. Oh,
No.
I'm confused. It's okay.
Will is
I'm
a
gone.
former pro soccer player.
Another great example. Sports. I'll
But,
take
like,
them from sports as long as it's professional
Don't think
sports.
Horacio. Think former soccer player turned like rugby size.
Yes.
He's big, buff.
But you need that too. I think they have perfectly filled every archetype in a way that is not offensive. Because everyone's still... Here's the scary thing about the world, and I'm going to speak generally here. Everyone's afraid to either be too nice or too mean. Everything is all or nothing, is what I'm trying to say. And so I think a lot of the things that made the real world, you couldn't do anymore. Oh, you can't show partying because someone might sue.
Right.
And you can't have him talking poorly about her because that's going to be like misogynistic or blah. Like, there were several years there where we were too afraid to give people any authenticity. I think Love Island a little bit has shown us that we like seeing people who are real.
Yeah.
They completely lost it this season, but that's why I think they liked Leah so much, was that she was just real. That's why basically every show on TLC works, because people are real. I think they've done a good job of casting the rookies.
I'm going to follow up on this exact point. After we've been through the picking process, again, we don't know about like the eliminations or the daily challenges other than they look grueling. I think, and what Theo alluded to, the rookie men could throttle all the vets.
Yes.
Like looking at the two, CT's out of shape, Leroy's in his 40s, Derek's in his 40s. Theo,
I don't care. Derek,
to
me, you can't take him on.
Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Theo's probably your best all around.
And he admits he's not in shape, so I think he probably just looks really in shape because of how tall he is.
Yeah.
He's probably not in like his peak physical form. There were a couple things last year he couldn't do.
Right.
Or last time he competed.
Bananas flopped in the final last season.
Couldn't even touch Jordan. Couldn't touch him.
Um,
Here's my thing, though. I would have liked a season like this. I'm going to be greedy now. I would have liked, and people love her or hate her, but I wanted, say, a Tori and a Devin on a season like this, where you're going to bring in new people, because right now there aren't enough vets who think they're going to be able to manipulate the rookies. Johnny Bananas is the only one who actually thinks that. And so he's probably actually going to be outcast.
I don't.
Because all these youngins are going to be like, look at this old man over here.
I don't think you can anymore. With the way everyone is coming from these shows, Survivor, Big Brother, Love Island, I don't think you can be a sheep.
And it forces you to shake up.
Like Wes trying to control the young people in like season 20.
That doesn't exist anymore because
Right.
these people are coming from their own competition shows. They're all headstrong.
Yes.
I think that makes it better.
Yes. And in the previews, there were multiple clips of the vets going at each other's throat.
Yes, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about.
Like, these are not kumbaya vets.
We already had making out in the first episode. Izzy and Rogan made out, and then she doesn't choose him as a partner, which I think is smart. You don't choose the guy you're making out with.
No.
You spread your wings. If that's a guy you now trust, you choose someone else. That's why Izzy chose Theo.
Because she was a secret alliance with Olivia.
Yes, she and Olivia already get along. They probably knew each other outside of the show. Izzy is from Too Hot to Handle. So that's interesting. We have a couple from reality shows. I think bringing them in, they fall into the same category of they have no idea what they're in for. And then in the preview clip, we see CT absolutely housing some sort of gross raw meat product, while everyone else in the background is either, I don't know, watching him in awe or throwing up. It was a short clip, but this is such a cool... The rookies want it more than ever. They're the new threats. We cast them stronger and younger
and
more
win.
Attractive, and they want it. Screw the money. They want to be challenge champions. They're hungry. That's what TJ called them.
And in the previews, we saw Turbo going after CT and CT yelling at him. We saw Ashley and Anissa being separated. So, like...
They're showing us that stuff, and that stuff is still happening. You just have to bring the right combination of people. You have to bring enough people, and you have to care enough to make it competitive.
Yes, it's not just Johnny and his Angels, and everyone's happy on the Vets.
I wrote down, I said, I like the format and the partners, and I like that TJ said that it's basically experience versus hunger. So I love that he's emphasizing when we just said this, that the newbies want it.
Yeah.
Like they want... Now, some of them, like I said, I love the dichotomy of, but some of them are going to like quit and get hurt. Like some of them will never be back, let's just say.
Right. You'd be lucky to get half of them.
But that would be a good haul
of
people if you could get 50% back. Absolutely. Right now, I feel like I could already name 50% who I would want to bring back. Michaela, interesting. She's from Survivor, but she's on the vet side because she's played before. She is already playing super hard.
Which she did her rookie season. And
so we've just had it all already. We've had a grueling challenge where you basically want to vomit. Naya almost quit. She sat at the top of the mountain and said, I can't go back down. Like, what were you going to do? She sat there and waited for Anissa and CT and was like, are you going back down? And they're like, yeah. that's part of the challenge. And B, are you going to sleep on top of this mountain tonight?
It's ridiculous.
So... They've already shown, yes. So there's going to be infighting with the vets and politicking, and we're allowed to say politicking. And there's going to be every type of physical challenge you can imagine, and the new threats want... Oh, but yes, this is my point. Showing CT house that down, I think there's always also going to be opportunities where the vets are even going to be able to really... school any of the newbies, because sometimes I think experience is more important.
I think for the vote, like who to vote for and stuff like that.
That part of it, but I even think some of the eliminations. Yeah. But then again, you have a vet on every team.
Yeah,
it depends. So it'll depend on the formatting of those.
I mean,
too.
Vets are created differently. Michaela's not a seasoned vet like Aviv, who's been doing it for 20 years.
Exactly. Yes, that was the other point I wanted to make. There are so many expendable teams, which there needs to be when you have a long season like this. Whoever Rogan did end up partnered with, they're random. Rogan doesn't have enough relationships as a vet himself.
Yeah.
Whoever picked there needed to choose better. I think she picked. You need to choose.
She picked because she needed someone that could understand her accent.
That's what she said, yes. But no, you need to choose someone who is in with everyone.
Yeah, they might be the first out. Like,
right?
They don't have
Such
connections
an expendable
to anybody.
team. Who is Michaela with, speaking of expendable? Because vets would see her as expendable. Right? So just some random guy.
Yes. That's looking at it from a surface level view. There aren't like the big alliances we've seen in the past of the vets that love each other.
So was that on purpose? Was this casting on purpose?
I hope so. You can introduce new players and then cast the vets who are all like, there are already two camps. You need to have at most people that'll be like three, like Johnny, Aviv, and Derek. But
I don't even know. Johnny and Derek don't really see eye to eye. I think they just respect each other.
Okay.
I actually don't even know if Derek respects Bananas, actually. But let's say Aviv and Johnny, but then Johnny also 100% has Nani. He 100% has Leroy. Leroy and Nani 100% have each other. So you really do have vets who are with each other hardcore, and then you have, like, I don't think Nani would ever go against Anissa. You have I basically want to, but she's the one, between Nani and Anissa, they're always the one that gets this shit under the stick that's like, well, I wouldn't want to throw her in, but I will if I have to. Yeah. That's always the relationships both of those girls have had with people, and that's what screwed them over. Anissa has gone home at the elimination before the final so many times, because that's when you're expendable. We liked working with you, but see ya. I mean,
why wouldn't you bring Anissa to the final?
Well, I guess. Well, the guys don't want to be partnered up with her. Okay. So if the guys have the say, which they usually do, which is another interesting thing, we have a lot. That's what I wanted to get at with Dee. We have a lot of very powerful women.
Yes.
I love that. Do I think it's like feminism palooza? No, we've already used the word politicking. We have made it clear that we go low here. We like when the challenge goes low. Aim for below the belt. We want sex in bathrooms. We want people hitting the water so hard they throw up. We want giant build. There was one point where it looked like they were running through some sort of like maze compartment thing. Like, I really think they are varying the competitions, but all of them are physical. So I think they're even putting like creativity, because they're like old meets new. And so they showed like your typical punch the wall and climb up it. Johnny versus Jordan, when Jordan lost because he fell.
I just don't want, here's your 25-second puzzle that everyone does in 25 seconds. Then you drive an ATV off of a cliff, but you're just up.
Try to catch that flag, but it's okay if you don't.
Yeah. Like a challenge that takes all of 45 seconds.
Yes.
Because they're old people that aren't physically able to do anything. Which is not the case other than a few.
But even then, because it's the vets, they know what they're in for. So you signed up to do this, so you thought you were physically able enough to do this. That's your choice.
Right.
Looks can be, I mean, yeah, okay, so there are seasons where Anissa has been bigger. I think all those seasons she's still been capable.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to do with her size. I think she's another one who gets in her head. That's why I think Jordan was the best partner for her. But she messed up her ankle this season that they were a partner in the final. And so they came in third. Or no, I think couldn't even finish. So now I'm just spoiler alerting like every season. Okay, guys, all this to say, if you have the challenge Day Zero available to you right now,
watch it.
Go watch it. Come back. Tell us what you think. Tell us the partners you like. Tell us what we missed, what we haven't talked about. Tell us if you know any tea. Not like... So this is spoilers on like a, as we're watching it on television level. I know that right now we could go on the internet and find out who wins the season, because it's like done filming. If you're the type of person who wants to go do that, cool, that's awesome. If you're the type of person who wants to talk about that, that's awesome too. We're probably not usually going to do that. And we would give you spoiler alerts ahead of time if we did. Sometimes I know it because I'm a sneak and I like to look it up. But I usually won't even tell Neal.
Right.
So I keep it locked up inside. I'm just an anxious Betty. Anyway, go watch it. Come back. Watch us. Listen to us. Give us a like and a follow and share. And we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.